And that's why you are beginning to appreciate what we have done before. And I mean, I love conventions. I love the fans who come out and appreciate what we do. But Amadeus is another kind of trip. It's another kind of movie altogether.
Nobody rents Amadeus for a sleepover.
No.
And anybody that wants to sleep over, come to my table. You haven't on this, Charlie?
No, I just did, you know, Amadeus is mainstream, and Day of the Dead in his time was not.
Okay, okay, you gotta think about it. We'll go back to the Universal series. Boris Karloff, Frankenstein, the lighting, the shadow, Mary Shelley, the script, not that these guys, but Bride of Frankenstein, opening scene, Elsa Lanchester in the scene with Percy Shelley with the lightning coming through the skylight, Dr. Pistorius, son of Frankenstein, Basil Rathbone, with the giant. Would you like to play dance? Would you like? This is great shit. Academy, fuck it. It's not. But this is great film. The black, the white, the shadows, the work. Karloff, Lugosi, Chady Jr., the Maria Ospera, or whoever, the gypsy woman, I can't remember, Lugosi, Todd Browning, who's I can't tell, Dwight Fry, Nosferatu, Murnau. So we live in the shadows, but we're comfortable in the shadows. Let's stay strong in the shadows.
And I think the one thing that you have to kind of see the silver lining is that some of those bigger films like that, they have the studio literally up their ass and telling them exactly how to make those films and what can be in them and what can't be in them. And you see these ones that are Oscar bait, that are geared obviously toward, okay, we're going to get nominated. Horror films have always been outside of that, and they've always been able to make their own rules. That's how you got directors like George Romero that did everything on their own terms. So, I mean, that's the trade-off.
And actors would love to be in a horror movie because young actors, that was one of the venues they could actually do a movie. If you go to a big studio, they pick out a star and you didn't have a chance. But that was one of the ways we got a chance to work as young actors in horror.
And you said that you felt more like Romero didn't stand over you and give you a lot of direction. You guys had more freedom, so you probably didn't get that on Amadeus. They probably had a vision. Yes, ma'am.
I was just curious on how does it feel to be part of a series of movies that have shaped horror genre now for all time. I mean, like Walking Dead, other horror movies that are coming out now. I mean, like you guys are the forefathers of that. How does it feel to be a part of that?
Did you say whorefather? That's a new word. I'm gonna copyright that. You get it first. Let's get ready to whorefinder.
You could go ahead and use it. I mean, how does it feel to be the beginning of that generation? Because I mean, you have inspired all of these others. And you guys are still, I mean, people are still coming out to see you at conventions. I mean, we're all here for you. I mean, because you guys are, I don't know, you're bigger than me than The Walking Dead. So.
We'll talk about that.
So, how does it feel, I mean, to inspire future generations and bring up that, you know?
Gotcha. Charlie?
Well, it feels kind of awesome and kind of in a sense unbelievable. As I said, you know, we had no awareness. I certainly had no awareness of being starting something. And as of now, it's actually great. It's a privilege to be recognized in that capacity. And tell you the truth, looking at the lines out there, I'd love to do more of it. I'm sure the pals would too. Got to get up to date, you know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling to be appreciated like that. appreciate all of you, truly.
And I don't mean to minimize the question because I believe I answered it before. I never expected in my lifetime to have 100,000 people on webs and to walk through hotel rooms and bars, mostly bars. And Joe Polano, can I buy you a fucking drink? Yes, you fucking can. And that's a pretty wonderful thing. There's no way that I think any of us can personally explain the gift that you have given to us. Now, I have a quick question, and don't feel on the spot. Okay. Walking Dead fans, raise your hands. Non-Walking Dead fans, raise your hands. Okay, see, I don't know. You know, it used to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. But I think it's like, be careful what you got, because you just might have wished for it. I think there's too many zombie kills per episode. I think that it's a soap opera, and not a badly written soap opera. But at some point, zombies are selling Doritos. At some point, realistically, there's a movie called Zombie Detention. There's a movie called Zombie Honeymoon. I'm thinking of making Zombie Home Depot, the nail gun section. A zombie fraternity, I ate a thigh. So, again, have we taken the stark and in my heart which breaks for the memory of Bill Heinzman walking out of that cemetery in the black and white suit? And you know what he said to his daughter Heidi on his deathbed? And Bill Heinzman, every time we did a convention on Saturday, would come dressed in that suit with the makeup. He loved his fans. And he said to his daughter Heidi on his deathbed, "Don't bury me, because I will keep coming back." True story. And the starkness of that image of him coming out of the cemetery, Russ Striner's head being cracked on the tombstone. How far have we come? And, you know, you pay the freight. The genre bears the weight. You are the people that can say, look, this is what we want. And that's it on that.
The one thing that I think that we can actually, whether you're a Walking Dead fan or not, I think that you can say that it's a very character-driven show.
Absolutely.
It's much more about the people that have survived. And I don't know how many people would agree with me. I've never found zombies scary. I mean, the idea of not being in possession of your own body and things like that, yes. And the idea that they get in these huge numbers and kill you, yes. But I don't find them scary as creatures. I always found the other people, like Rhodes and things like that, because humans scare me more. And you see every day what humans are capable of.
Right. And
I think that, obviously, Romero's social commentary throughout his entire series up to what he's doing now, he's always, you know, put just such a sharp point on that, is that it's not the monsters you have to fear, it's the monsters you already know and how they're going to react,
Yep.
you know? So I think that The Walking Dead has done well because they've shown so many humans in these situations.
I was not in any way intimidating. Why would I? Greg Nicotero. I mean, I've known him since he was 17. I was in no way looking to put it down. I just think
I just
that
meant you guys are kind of the grandfather.
overkill. I don't know if anybody's followed The Strain. I love The Strain. I think any Strain. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the books are so good too.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that the zombies are taking so many different directions. They're not, you know, now it's all kinds of things. It could be anything. It could be viral.
Next year's Super Bowl is going to have a zombie halftime. Alice Cooper and Bob and
Is Alice Cooper
No, no, but he's gonna be there, but Bob's gonna lead the show at the Super Bowl.
I have a question, Joe. I saw on IMDb that you are doing the Night of the Living Dead.
These fucking
origin.
fruit flies, where are these fruit flies coming from? Yeah, supposedly, Night of the Living Dead Origins, because unfortunately, George and company did not do the proper paperwork, because the original thing, I think, was the Flesh Eaters. They copyrighted the wrong thing. So now, Night of the Living Dead is in the public domain. You can make Night of the Living Dead, you can make Night of the Living Dead. You can make it for $200, you can make it for $8 million. It's in the public domain. Nobody gets paid. So Simon West Productions, who brought you things like Black Hawk Down, being released in July, either at the Petco Zombie Con or at the San Diego Comic Con, are releasing a film called Night of the Living Dead Origins, a total CG movie.
It's 3D too, right?
Yeah, and I play Kyra's not in it. Kyra's father. I'm sorry,
Cooper. Cooper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cooper. Except we're not in a basement. We're in a penthouse in New York. So we went from a basement to a penthouse. Tony Todd's in it, and we'll keep an eye to see how it goes. It was my first CG film. I have no idea what it even looks like, but it's happening.
I think it's cool that it has become so universal that anybody can. I mean, I think it's neat to see how people put their different fingerprints on it, whether the final effort is good or not.
Has anybody seen a film called Mimesis? One. Nobody. M-I-M-E-S-I-S. Mimesis. And it's based on a reality camp vacation based on Night of the Living Dead. In other words, people pay a lot of money to enter into this game environment. Mimesis. I think it's an extraordinary film, and I'm surprised. Mimesis. M-I-M-E-S-I-S. Take it. Try it. Look at it.
It's not a movie either, but if you
It
read,
is.
well, no,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, that is a movie.
Yeah.
No, there is a thing also called the Great American Horror Campout that they've started to do. They did it in LA and they did one, I think, in Austin, and it's becoming a thing. But you pay a lot of money, you go to a summer camp, and they scare the shit out of you, and it's like completely no holds barred. You sign a waiver, and they can pull you out of your tent and like attack you, and it's a whole thing. I mean, it's become that much. People actually want to get attacked by zombies now. They pay for it.
And I can't remember what convention city I was in. There's a puppet show called Night of the Living Dead, and I mean, it's really good. I was exhausted, and this comes. It's about just quick to give you quick. So like one puppet opens their mouth and like shoots somebody, and so this one thing, like material, like shoots out, and they got the farmhouse, and so.
They squib the
Somebody's working on a musical for Night of the Living Dead. I mean, yeah.
It's so, yeah, I mean, you guys are such a part of pop culture now that
Yeah.
it's everything. We have time for one more question. Anybody got a really good one? Yes.
Has exposure in a horror movie opened up a lot of new doors for you as actors, or is the opposite true? You felt typecast by your exposure in a horror movie, play certain types of roles?
I just saw Joe have a lightsaber fight at his table, so I would say he's not typecast. Joe is a very versatile man.
No, that was 30 years ago, and we were all hoping that these roles would project us into other things. But it didn't happen for me. I went right back to doing plays, and then on to network television, daytime television. I think Joe had the same hope that his great role and his great characterization would catapult him too. So we all had that illusion. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. You know, like sitcom actors. Certain sitcom actors move on, and others never get anything else. So it's a strange beast, show business. It really is.
Yeah, I would have been very happy to be typecast in a series of horror movies. As Terry said, you know, starting on this movie, we all hoped that it would lead to other things. But, you know, I did, as I said, I did a lot of work in theater, so that's where I went once the movie was made. But what it did lead to is meeting a lot of wonderful people on these conventions and meeting the fans, because that was an eye-opener for me. But I haven't given up hope yet, and I hear George Romero is about to write a TV series. Anyone hear that?
Yeah. It's already, it's the Vampire Empire, 9 issues from Marvel. So there's a lot of script there, and they're in negotiation.
So you all need to write letters to him and tell him to bring back the cast again.
I think they should just do something like The Expendables and just bring
Yeah.
all of you guys back.
Yeah.
Really iconic horror actors.
So,
One big show.
you know, there's this old war between actors and agents and casting directors. The actor goes, I'm a chameleon. I can do anything. I can transport myself. I can do Napoleon. I can do Hitler. And then the casting director is going, you need to be typed. You know, no, God. And you know what? Fucking actors who get typed, take the money to the bank. That's it. Give me Joe Pilato.
Need somebody
That's it.
angry.
Yeah, give me a Charlotte. I want that Irish that Charlotte Conroy guy. Don't give me Charlotte. Give me a Terry Alexander with the Jamaican. Don't give me Terry Alexander. Give me somebody. No, it's fucked up. You get tight, you work more. But our whole process of study is to be a chameleon, and then you get tight and you work more. So
Terry got robbed. He beat out Tony Todd for this role, if you guys didn't know that. So
I didn't know
you did. Tony Todd was someone else that was up for it, and they picked you over him. So it's true. Insider.
I want to see that baby.
All right.
You know.
Well, thank you guys so much. Let's have a big round of applause for these guys.